Welcome everybody. Today's session, the yin class today, is about shoulders and the upper back. Especially if you have problems with one or the other shoulders, or maybe both. We have a person in the room who has a frozen shoulder, which is a difficult thing to deal with, so hopefully this will help. And we're going to finish the session today with a sleep meditation, which might also pass as a good idea. So we just start and we make sure that we're sitting nice and comfortable. So maybe placing a cushion under the base of the spine and resting the hands gently on the knees. You close the eyes and take a few deep conscious breaths, deep into the abdomen or belly, and just allow the breath to leave the body. We do this a few times just to land on the mat. Release the control from the breath now and allow the body to breathe completely by itself. Noticing where in the body you are breathing. Be conscious of the support from the earth beneath you and the space that surrounds you, even if your eyes are closed. You are part of this space. Feeling the chest and the gentle movement of the body as the body breathes. And now conscious of the space of your mind and allowing this space to expand so that the thoughts become less and less important. And remembering that this time is just for you. Thank yourself for taking this time. And then when you are ready, slowly and gently opening the eyes. Welcome. We're going to start at the back of the mat on the knees in a position which is called hero. If there's anybody new, we can always place a cushion under the ankles or between the legs if this is more comfortable, or even sitting on the bolster, which is the long cushion. Otherwise, sitting gently down onto the feet and resting the hands gently onto the knees. Allow your shoulders here to be heavy, the arms to be heavy, and feel the contact with your legs and the hands. Feel the weight of your arms on your legs. From the shoulder to the hands, everything is relaxed. Imagine your shoulders now dropping just that little bit more down towards the mat. maybe even feeling a gentle stretch in the neck and the sides of the neck as we do this. Each time you relax, allowing the elbows to become closer and closer to the mat. We then gently open the eyes. And we're going to take the bolster or as many cushions or anything else that might be lying around and bring them between the legs. So you're actually sitting on the bolster. Allow part of the bolster to come in front of the knees as we're going to bring the chest to the knees. And we're going to continue today with supported child. Usually we have the arms forward in this position, but today we're going to have the arms lying along the side of the body if that is comfortable. So we just gently come forward onto the cushion and allow the arms to come down the sides of the body. Be conscious here that the shoulder blades slide out and down towards the mat, towards the earth beneath you, and allowing the shoulders to be as heavy as possible. Relaxing the neck. Bringing your focus back to the breath now, and feeling how as each time the body inhales, we lift slightly away from the floor, and each time we exhale, sinking down gently towards the floor. If you need to adjust any cushions, then please do so. Make sure that you're comfortable at all times. And maybe you can even bring the forehead and nose to the mat. Relaxing the lower back, the hips and the knees. Maybe just allowing the shoulder blades to come just that little bit further apart. So you're feeling the space in the upper back. As the neck relaxes, maybe you need to lift the forehead and just bring it just that little bit further forward. Imagining the chest softening, the heart resting within the chest, also supported by the earth beneath you, or gravity. As I said earlier, you have given yourself this time to be with yourself. This is your time. Give away all the responsibility of any relaxation to the earth beneath you. Maybe relaxing the shoulders just that little bit more. Feeling again the expansion in the upper back between the shoulder blades. Maybe resting even deeper down onto the cushions or the bolster. Maybe moving the arms out a little bit from the legs so the shoulders can relax just that little bit more.
if you're experiencing yin yoga for the first time, there are some myths around yin yoga that I'd like to express right now. And one of them is that we're not allowed to move in yin yoga. I will say that the most important thing is that you are completely relaxed. So if you need to move, maybe the shoulders are not comfortable, so you could bring maybe the elbows forward here, just resting the hands on the mat and allowing the shoulders to come even closer to the mat. Allow the arms to be as heavy as possible. The only advantage of having the arms along the side of the body is that we feel this expansion in the upper back in a slightly different way. So maybe just experimenting with that. Move the arms forward, bring the arms back, and just feel the difference in what the shoulder blades do. Good, so we're not going to bring the hands forward. You can bring the hands forward to the knees, and if you want, you can use the arms to gently come up out of the position. And returning the hands to the knees. Good, so we've removed the cushion from between the legs. And we're just going to come forward onto the stomach, onto the mat. So we do this as gently as possible. And we're going to continue with half cobra. So in this position we want the elbows, the lower arms and the hands on the mat. And today we're going to move the knees out towards the sides of the mat so that the feet are at the corners of the mat. Allow the heels to fall in towards the center, and then allow the weight of the body to actually rest down into your shoulders so that your head is just sitting on the top of the position. Fingers are nice and relaxed, hands are relaxed. And if this is too much for the shoulders, again, we can use bolster under the chest, for example, so we just have that little bit of extra support if it's too much for the shoulders. But otherwise, sinking down into the shoulders. The support here is basically from the elbows to the shoulders, so the body is not making any effort to stay in the position. It is simply supported by the upper arms. Again, notice the breath here and how the body just gently raises up from the floor and how it sinks down towards the floor again with each inhale and each exhale. If you like, you can close the eyes. If you find this is a little bit too much for the neck as well, we can always move the elbows just that little bit further forward, sink down just that little bit deeper, and again make sure that the hands are nice and relaxed. So just following the breath. Relax the lower back just that little bit more. Allow the heels to even drop in even more towards the center. And just finding a comfortable position to be able to simply rest. the upper back relaxes, you'll notice the chest comes just that little bit closer towards the mat. Maybe noticing the shoulder blades more towards the center of the upper back. Just relaxing the muscles around the shoulder blades. Fingers are relaxed, toes are relaxed, knees and hips are relaxed. And each time coming back to the breath. Relaxing with each exhale. Remembering that if you're uncomfortable, it's simply to move, or even lie down onto the mat if the shoulders are too uncomfortable at the moment. We then gently release the position and roll over to the back. Do this as gently as possible, just coming to the center of the mat. And just relax, arms relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Maybe palms of the hands down towards the floor, or if it's comfortable, having the palms up towards the top of the room, or the sky above you. Good, so we're going to bring the feet together in the center of the mat and continue with the position which is called banana position. So we're going to move the right shoulder to the right side of the mat. And we can bring the head to the side of the mat if you want to come just that little bit deeper into the position. We then look down the right side of the mat and bring the right heel to the corner of the mat, and then cross the left ankle over your right and allow the left hip to come down towards the mat. We're then going to place the hands under the back of the head. So we allow the elbows to rest onto the floor. Here we can even check the fingers, making sure you're not holding the head in any particular way. Just aware of the weight of the head in your hands. Maybe relax the chin down towards your chest. Maybe feeling a gentle stretch out towards the left hip. Just occasionally, and only if you wish to, especially when we start, just taking a deep breath in, feeling again how the body lifts away from the floor. And then a long exhale and feel how the body sinks down into the floor. almost as if the floor is not solid. You're sort of floating in the floor. This, of course, is only happening in your mind. But the mind is a very powerful being by itself. It can create all kinds of things just by thinking about it. An example of that would be thinking about a red rose. Immediately your mind sees the red rose. Even with the eyes closed. Relaxing your knees, your ankles, and again the shoulders. And remembering, if this is too much, we can always place cushions under the elbows in the beginning. And then we're going to slide the hands out from under the head. So we want to allow the neck to stay relaxed so the head gently returns to the mat. And then again, relax your arms completely. You bring the left foot back to the center of the mat and bring the right foot beside the left foot. And then moving the whole body back to the center of the mat in the way that's most comfortable for you. You can separate the feet out to the corners of the mat again. Arms nice and relaxed and shoulders relaxed. Be conscious of the contrast in the temperature of the floor on your body, the air that surrounds you. We then bring the feet back together in the center of the mat, and now moving the left shoulder to the side of the mat. Or, if I said earlier, if you want to come a little deeper, bringing the head to the side of the mat. Looking down the left side of the mat, you bring the left heel to the corner of the mat, and then cross the right ankle over the left. And gently allow the right hip now to drop down towards the mat. And placing the hands again behind the head. This is one of my favorite positions. Gently stretches out both sides of the body. This side, of course, we're feeling the expansion on the right side of the body, and a slight compression on the left. You might feel in the lower part of the stomach, the lower back. And again here, I want to make sure the fingers are relaxed. Head resting in the hands and shoulders relaxed. Especially in the beginning, as I said before, Maybe taking a deep breath, feeling how the body lifts. And as we have a long exhale, feeling how the body again sinks down into the floor. And the reason for doing this in the beginning is just this awareness of the movement of the body. And how each time we exhale, we can relax just that little bit more. As we become aware of this, eventually we're aware of this in every single breath. Even when the body's breathing completely by itself, it is still moving, but gently rising and gently falling. Maybe relaxing the shoulders just that little bit more. The upper back, the hips, and the knees. Again, we slide the hands out from under the head, leaving the neck relaxed, so we return the head gently to the mat. And then, completely relax. We uncross the ankles, bringing the right foot to the center of the mat, and bringing the left foot to the right foot. And returning yourself gently to the center of the mat. Move the feet to the sides of the mat, and again, completely relax. Maybe even noticing the movement in the air that surrounds you. As it passes over your body. Good, so we're going to bring the feet together again in the center of the mat. Bring the arms along the side of the body. And then bring both feet into the buttocks. Knees together at the top. And we're just going to roll out to the left side. So here we can use the left arm, 45 degrees out from the body, just to support here. And coming up to a sitting position. So we bring the right hand in front of the chest. We can straighten the right leg and then gently come up using the right arm and as lazily as possible. Good. So, facing the short end of your mat, I want you to take the bolster and we're going to place this against the lower back. We're going to come into a position which is called a supported fish. So we just check that the mat and the bolster are roughly in a straight line. And we're just going to lie down onto the bolster. So just coming gently down. Supported fish. Now, depending on how you're feeling in the shoulders, you can bring the hands to your chest, for example. Move the elbows slightly away from the side of the body. Relax your hips so the feet fall out to the sides. There are other variations of this position as well. We can also bring the hands again under the back of the head and just allow the elbows to be as heavy as possible. So you might feel the stretch in the front side of the chest. But again, as I said before, if this is uncomfortable, it's just to move back to the original position with the hands on the chest and the elbows on the floor. And there is a third variation here where we can just bring the arms straight out from the shoulders. So the back of the hands resting on the floor, elbows are heavy, slightly bent, just feeling this little extra stretch in the muscles in the front of the chest and the front of the shoulders. Most of us spend our days sitting in front of the computer, and the shoulders also come forward when we're doing this. So actually having these positions where we open the chest and open the shoulders is not only good for the body, it's also good for the breathing. As we open the chest, we get in more oxygen into the body and we get less tired. So instead of reaching for that coffee at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe just opening the chest and just taking a few breaths. And no, I'm not being holier than thou. I basically love coffee as well, but we can take that in moderation. So roughly translated, I'm not saying you shouldn't drink coffee. So again, if you've decided that you're going to bring the arms out from the side of the body and it's starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable, again, we can move, bringing the elbows back to the mat, hands on the chest. Of course, we can close the eyes here. Maybe again, conscious of the temperature of the air, your feet, your arms, your neck, your face, even the sounds that surround you. And simply allowing them to be there without judgment, right or wrong. Just with these last few seconds, just relaxing just that little bit more. And maybe if your arms are out to the side, you'll find that the elbows are now on the floor. As the chest has opened. So we're now going to roll off the support behind the back. It doesn't matter if you go to the right or the left. And again, here we can use the left arm or the right arm to just gently come up from the position. And we can move the bolster out to the side or to the end of the mat. And we're going to come back to the knees at the back of the mat. So we do this as gently as possible. And we're going to separate the knees. and just gently come forward with the body. So the hands are now under your shoulders. And then reach out with the right arm in front of the body, and then the left. And we inhale and exhale back with the hips. And we're going to rotate the back here, so we're opening up the upper back and bringing the left shoulder as much as possible towards your right knee. Now, if this is too much for the right shoulder, we can rest the elbow on the mat and have the lower arm supported by the mat. If you can have the arm straight, allow the arm to be heavy. So again, shoulder's going to come down towards your cheek, or towards your right cheek. And here again, we can just gently close the eyes. You can have the toes together at the back of the mat, but make sure the toes are nice and relaxed, fingers are relaxed. And notice the difference in the breath here. The body is still breathing, but it is very different from the previous positions. So what we can think about here is to breathe the left shoulder down into the mat and into the floor. And sometimes when we come into positions the body is shaking, it's just allow it to shake. It's just releasing tension. The more you try and stop this by tensing up, the more the body shakes. So just relax and allow the body to shake if it is. Good, and then we inhale, gently coming up out of the position. So we take the rotation out of the upper back and bring the left hand forward. So it's parallel with the right hand. We inhale and exhale back again with the hips, and this time rotating the back, so that then we now bring the right shoulder towards the left knee. And again, just relaxing the left arm. So now we have the left shoulder against the left cheek. And again, if it's too much, then just bringing the elbow back towards the body so that the lower arm and the hand can rest on the mat. And now, of course, breathing the right shoulder down into the mat. Conscious again here that the fingers are relaxed. You might notice that the fingers are not all on the floor. Maybe it's just the back of the knuckles or some of the knuckles. The rest of the fingers are up in the air. Even maybe conscious of the space between the body and the floor. So we have the points of contact and we have the points of space. Again, each exhale sinking deeper and deeper into the position. And adjusting the body if you need to. So most of the positions that we're practicing today, we're going to stay in the position for approximately 3 minutes. And this can be enough in the beginning. You can increase the amount of time we stay in the position up to 5 minutes sometimes. Especially if we have discomfort in the upper back or the neck or the shoulders. And this can be a bit of a challenge in the beginning, so just introduce the body slowly to these positions. Begin to inhale, release the rotation in the back, bring the right hand forward, parallel to the left, and then bring the hands back under the shoulders. Bring the knees together in the center of the mat, and we can sit gently back onto the feet. As we lift the upper body, the hands are going to slide along the mat, up over the knees, and we come back into hero position, which was the first position we practiced. Again here, shoulders relaxed, elbows heavy, arms heavy. Feeling the weight of your hands on your legs. And remembering, of course, you can have cushions between the legs, under the legs, whatever is comfortable for you. Good. So we gently release the position here. We can sit right or left. It doesn't really matter as long as we support with whichever arm you're going to first. And then again, we're just going to lie down onto the back. So you bring the feet down to the end of the mat. And here we can use the elbow to come down to the mat. And then back to the center of the mat. Good. So we're going to continue in a position which is called happy baby position. So we're going to both feet into the buttocks. And then we're going to bring the knees in towards the chest and separate the knees. So we bring the hands and the arms to the center and just catch the sides of your feet. And then we gently lift the lower legs towards the top of the room. And what's important here is that the only thing that's really working are the fingers holding your feet. The shoulders relaxed. So imagine the shoulders coming even closer to the mat. Might feel some stretch here in the groin area. What's important is we're not pulling with the arms, we just allow the arms to be relaxed, shoulders to be relaxed. Close the eyes. As the neck relaxes, maybe we can lift the head and just bring the back of the head again to the mat. Again, maybe chin down towards the chest. And at the moment, it doesn't matter if the feet are more down towards the buttocks. Again, what's really important, especially when we're working with the shoulders and the upper back, is that the arms and shoulders are relaxed. So either up towards the top of the room or down towards the buttocks. We're going to release the feet now and bring them down towards the floor again. And release the arms to the mat. You want to bring the arms 45 degrees out from the side of the body so that we can get both shoulder blades down onto the mat. So not the shoulders, but the shoulder blades. If the arms are in towards the side of the body, then the shoulder blades will lift away from the mat, and you can maybe move the arms in just so you can feel the difference, and then move the arms out again, palms of the hands up towards the top of the room, and bringing the shoulder blades to the mat. Then stretching the left leg out, and then the right. And this time allowing the feet to fall out to the sides. Noticing how relaxed the breath is, the heaviness of the arms, the heaviness of the legs and the upper body and the head. And again, conscious of the fingers. Mostly they are not resting on the floor. They're a little bit up towards the top of the room, and probably just a little bit bent. And again, this is only going to happen in your mind, but I want you to imagine that you're holding two melons, one in each hand, just feeling the weight of the melons in your hand. On the right side and on the left. Again, the weight of the hands, the arms, and the shoulders. Good, so we can release the melons from the hands, and we bring the feet together in the center of the mat. Good. So we're going to roll up onto the right hip and the right shoulder. So you can bend the knee here and just come up onto the right shoulder. And here we can take cushions, place them under the head, maybe one or two. And we can bend both knees at the moment out to the side of the mat. Good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to straighten the left leg. And again, just allowing the hip to roll out towards the left side and coming back down onto the mat. And now, of course, we do the opposite side. So we're coming up onto the left hip and the left shoulder. Again, bringing the knees out to the side. Here we can even rest the right hand on the chest, allow the elbow to come down towards the mat behind the back. So we feel this gentle rotation through the spine. And then we straighten the right leg. And allow the body to roll back to the mat. Coming back to the center of the mat, and again returning to the position with the feet slightly apart, and coming today to the last position, which is Savasana. So we can have bolster under the knees if you feel any discomfort in the lower back. But Again, we move the arms out from the side of the body. We can even bring a blanket over the body if you're a little bit cold, just to keep the heat inside the body. Arms 45 degrees out, palms of the hands up towards the top of the room. Again, allowing the feet to fall out to the sides. We come into the relaxation. So just simply conscious of the floor or the earth beneath you supporting your body. Maybe noticing a difference in the upper back and the shoulders. Maybe they're just that little bit softer. Settling down into the floor beneath you. And settling into the silence. Conscious of how the earth is supporting your body from the back of your heels, and with each point of contact through the whole body to the back of your head. Starting with the feet and coming up through the whole body and your mind, relaxing the feet, the ankles, and the knees. The hips, lower back, stomach, and chest. Both shoulders, the arms, the hands all the way down to the tips of your fingers. Through the neck, the head, and relaxing your face. Whole body resting on the earth beneath you. Today there is nothing left to do, nowhere to be, and no one to become. You have already arrived. This is your time to let go. Again, notice your breath and follow the gentle rise and fall of the body. Feeling the cold air passing into the body and the warm air passing out. With each inhale, invite stillness and silence into your body and mind. With each exhale, let go of time and space itself. Let the body soften into peace. Let the day fall away like leaves falling from the trees on a warm autumn evening. You don't need to hold the body in any particular way. Just allow your body to melt slowly and drift gently into stillness. With each exhale, feel your arms and shoulders becoming heavier and heavier. Your tongue resting gently in your mouth, your jaw relaxing, your legs softening, and your chest quieting. Let your whole face melt into relaxation. Your eyebrows, your forehead, even the small muscles surrounding your eyes and ears. Even your thoughts can rest now, allowing the thoughts to drift apart like the rings forming after a small stone is dropped into a still and silent lake. Focus on the space between your thoughts, as if they were the space between the rings on the water. Let the space between your thoughts expand with the rings on the water, larger and larger. At the same time, allowing the space of your mind to expand until the thoughts become almost insignificant in the vastness of this internal space. Now look beyond your thoughts, beyond the everyday presence of thoughts passing through the stillness of your mind. In the space between the thoughts, feel yourself being drawn towards the peaceful and silence at the center of your mind. A quiet, calm, and stillness that is always waiting for you whenever you need to relax and rest. Now notice the stillness of your breath, allowing this feeling to wash over you. Your body moving like small ocean waves, rising and falling over the sand of a quiet and still beach. Gently washing away the footprints left behind you and all the busy events that you no longer need to follow. There is nothing you need to hold on to, nothing you need to solve, nothing you need to carry, nowhere to be. If the mind wanders, let it, knowing that you don't have to follow it or its thoughts. You are separate from your mind. You can come back to this stillness, this awareness, whenever you wish, to your breath, to the stillness of your body, to the quiet space inside you that knows when it's time to sleep and heal. Now imagine a soft wave of peace rising from the earth beneath you, a wave of stillness rising and flowing over your body, your feet, your legs, your belly, your chest, your throat, your head. This stillness is not empty, it is full, full of quiet, full of healing, full of rest, and full of love. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to know where you are in this meditation. Only that you are safe, still, and drifting. Just allow this silence to carry you gently to where you are going and away from where you have been. Let it be the bridge between day and night, between sleep and activity, between strength and stillness, between tension and surrender. Inhale space and peace. Exhale release and surrender. Inhale rest and sleep. Exhale ease and beauty. Feel your nervous system slowing down. Your body is healing. Your body is heavy. Your thoughts are fading, dissolving into sleep, like the sun disappearing beyond the horizon, into the stillness of the night. Let stillness surround you. Let your breath become softer. Let go of today. Let go of tomorrow. Let go of everything that in this moment does not serve you. Repeat silently to yourself as you watch your breath. I am safe. I am supported. I am safe. I am supported. Let yourself float and drift. Melt into each moment that passes effortlessly and peacefully. You are already exactly where you need to be. Rest now. Each inhale letting yourself go just that little bit further. Each exhale allowing yourself to sink even deeper. Let go completely. Like a river joining the stillness of a vast and peaceful ocean, supported by the earth and the stillness of the universe. With each inhale, invite this stillness to grow in your body. And with each exhale, allowing yourself to sink deeper and deeper into a peaceful and beautiful state of breathing body and mind. Allow yourself to be invited into complete stillness. Find comfort in knowing that in this moment there is nothing left to let go of. Let your soul drift like stardust, settling into the clear night sky of the universe. Namaste.